According to USA.rugby.com, in 1823, William Webb Ellis used his hands to pick up a ball in a soccer match and ran with it to the goal. That day, rugby was born. And right here in 2024 on WEGL 91.1 FM, for the first time ever, Auburn Rugby will be broadcasted. And it is a great day to do it, folks. Hello, folks. My name is Noah Phillips, the sports director here at WEGL 91.1 FM, and it is my pleasure to be here today helping with this broadcast. The main man, the main play-by-play is going to be Jack Mosier. Jack, tell them all who you are.
Good morning, everybody. This is Jack Mosier reporting live from the Auburn Sportsplex. We're here to watch as Auburn's own rugby club takes on the LSU Tigers. I'm also currently joined by our rugby liaison, Ian, who will be explaining the rules of the game for us.
How's it going, Jack?
It's going pretty well. Beautiful day for a rugby match.
Yes, sir.
And it is very, very exciting being able to do this for the first time. Of course, me and Jack are still learning the game, so we are more than thankful to have a liaison with us here today.
Of course. Happy to explain the rules and anything that goes on.
You explain your background a little bit, Ian, as well
Yeah,
as your last name if you feel like giving it out.
Yeah, so my name is Ian Gordon. I'm a sophomore here at Auburn University. My major is biomedical sciences, pre-med. I've been playing rugby for around three and a half years now. I started playing rugby when I was a junior in high school, and I've been playing ever since. Currently, I've got an injury right now. I'm waiting to get that healed up, but here I am helping coach the team and helping out. So. It's been an amazing experience. This is an amazing team, amazing guys. So, and I'm just happy to be here today.
We are more than happy to be here broadcasting this game. We also broadcast lacrosse here on WEGL 91.1 FM's YouTube. And I've always talked about how this isn't really club. This is the best rugby team that Auburn has. It's some of the best action you can get through these club teams. The way they play with heart, they play with passion, and that's really what we're going to see here today. A lot of heart and a lot of passion as Auburn takes on LSU. We had a Tiger battle. I didn't even think about that. I was fully prepared to.
That's true.
Refer to the teams by their mascots. If you do that, it gets confusing.
Indeed, it is. Now it looks like we're about to start with the kickoff with LSU's number 9, if I'm being correct. They're just currently setting it up over the midfield at the pitch.
Number 9 is Wesley LeBeau for LSU.
Now that's a name from Louisiana, isn't it?
Quite French.
That's from the Bayou right there.
Always wanted to go to Louisiana.
Oh, it actually looks like they're number 10 here.
Number 10, all
Tim
right.
McGoldrick. So.
Looks like it's 20-minute halves here on the Plains.
So it's a 80-minute game, 40-minute halves. Clock does not stop. It's kind of similar to soccer with the time. And there's the whistle for time to go on. Here's the kick. Kick has to go 10 meters.
Ball's received by number 8, Austin Costco, as he goes down. Quickly hands off the ball to number 9, Zach Martindale. Passes it back to number
1, Danny Lawson.
And he goes down, takes the ball, passes it off number 12 to number 13, goes down on the pitch.
Pratt. There's number 9, our scrum half, Zach Martindale. And with the carry, Danny Lawson again.
Passes it back to number 10. Ooh. Ball is recovered by LSU. Looks like they are starting off again.
There was a penalty. We had advantage for a penalty back there for offsides on LSU. Here with the penalty, you can either kick or something called a tap and go, where the ball has to leave your hands and then has to come back into your hands. Usually you just tap it on your foot, you pick it up, and you go. Here we chose to kick it.
And we're starting a lineup done by number 2, Jason Alford.
Lineout was stolen from LSU.
Beautiful tackle there.
I got to tell you guys, as I sit here and operate
Number
this
3
camera,
takes the
There we
ball.
go,
Brady
Brady
Campbell
Campbell.
up the field. Passes back to be received by number 9, Zach Martindale. Tosses it back, and he goes down.
To Jason Alford, number 2. Ruck is formed.
Number 10 to number 8, if my eyes serve me correctly.
He's being held up, trying to get tackled. Can't see the call that the ref made, or the sir. Here in rugby, we don't call the official the ref. We call him the sir.
The sir?
Yes.
Wow.
there are
Quite
laws in rugby, not rules, right?
I
One thing that's interesting, the scoreboard has not moved the timer at all. Is that something that usually happens?
don't know. Usually they're
Looks
trying
like
to
they are
figure it out right
forming
now.
a
So
scrum.
We'll do our best to give you time and score updates throughout this game. If the scoreboard doesn't have it, though, we can.
Ball goes back to LSU as it's passed up the field and kicked. Number 15 for Auburn going to try and receive a Cole Terrell.
tackle's made. LSU is in Auburn's half right now.
Great physical play there from LSU, getting the ball up quickly, and they are just throwing men at the try line.
Now remind me, Ian, the try line is behind the goals there, just along?
It's right. It's in line with the goalpost there.
Got it.
So, and in order to make it and to create a try, you have to put controlled downward pressure with the ball on the ground. A penalty was given to LSU for being offsides. They have the option to either kick for a lineout, or they can tap and go in order to keep play going. It looks like they're going to kick.
And the kick is up. And it is out of bounds. Looks like there's going to have to be another line out.
As I operate this camera, I've come to realize I cannot get all the way up in the air to fully grasp those kicks.
They go high up in the air.
Tell you what, this sport is moving very, very fast. Having a hard time controlling it here on the camera.
Looks like number 3 for LSU, Sam Vallejos, will be doing the line out for LSU.
He's got a great mustache.
It is beautiful.
Scoreboard's on now. 3 minutes.
Taken by
Looks like
LSU
they're
once
gonna
more.
Create a maul.
Ball is given back, and they continue pushing forward. Number
There we
3,
go.
Sam, passes it off. He breaks through the defense by Auburn.
Ruck is formed about 5 meters from
Passes
the try
back to
line.
number 10.
Tries to break through.
34 minutes, 30 seconds left to be played in this first half.
And a knock on.
Now remind me, what is a knock-on?
So a knock on is if the player has the ball, any forward movement, and the ball hits the ground, that'll result in a knock on. In rugby, you have to pass it backwards. Any forward movement with the ball, if it touches your hands and you drop it in front of you, it's going to be a knock on. The only way it can go forwards is a kick.
All right.
So,
Looks like they're forming a scrum right at midfield here within Auburn's own
22, yeah.
22-meter zone.
I think there was early contact on the scrum there. There's 3 main calls that the sir has to say. The first call is a crouch, the second is bind, and then the set. And only on the set can you begin the scrum. So it looks like Auburn's scrum right now. The ball is going to be put in by number 9, Zach Martindale.
Ball comes back to Auburn, but looks like the sir is going to be calling a penalty against Auburn.
Penalty
Never
given
mind.
to
As LSU pushes in, and there is a try.
Great physical play there from LSU to get it inside the try line here. We'll see what they can do on the conversion kick. but LSU jumping out to a quick start as there's 32 minutes and 44 seconds left to be played in this first half. Try to get a wider shot for you guys that includes the goal. Again, this is my first time operating this camera for a rugby game. If I missed something, please feel free to let me know in the live chat here. I'll be trying to look at it as much as I can.
It appears that number 9, Wesley LeBeau, is going to be doing the kick. And it is not good. Current score, LSU 5, Auburn 0, with plenty of time left to play the game.
This is a SRSC matchup between the Tigers today. I was trying to find some more information on the conference. Is there any information you can tell us, Ian, about SRSC play?
Yeah, so SCRC is the Southeastern Conference, basically. That's kind of the SEC area. You got teams like Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, all sorts of teams in the South playing against each other. There's different divisions, obviously. This is D1 AA play. We just moved up in the division from D2 to D1 this past year. But yeah.
It appears that during the current move at advantage, ball went out of bounds, and it looks like number 2 for Auburn, Jason Alford's going to be doing the line out here.
We'll see if he gets it up.
Taken by Auburn, received by number 6 there, Bailey Moeller. Pass back as number 1 takes it and is brought down. Passed again from number 9 to number 10. Passed back to number 13 as he charges up the field. Another pass
pass to the wing.
Oh, moving it upfield there. And he just keeps going. He keeps moving. And he's brought
good.
down.
He's good.
He is good, though.
There he goes. There he goes down. Believe that was number 11, Isaac Summerfield.
Well, he can move quick on his feet, can't he?
He's a fast man. There he goes.
Number 3 is bringing it in.
Brady Campbell. Can't see because of all the chairs and people.
Yeah. There's a beautiful crowd here so far.
The ball is knocked out of bounds. I don't know what happened there.
Really?
Looks like it'll be Auburn's ball just in front of the try line.
All right.
Let's see if we can capitalize on this.
As I zoom into a troop.
The tap and go. Decided not to kick it out.
Passes it back to number 10 to number 12 as he charges in and is brought down once more.
There goes Tommy.
Number 13 continuing to push through. Brought down again by LSU's wall there.
29 minutes left in this first half.
And it looks like LSU is playing some great defense. However, they are slipping up and it's allowing Auburn to capitalize on those slip-ups. Don't you agree, Ian?
I do agree. LSU's got a good defense in the tri-zone, especially when they're operating. Only here you can... There we go.
Number 13 charges forward.
We got the try.
And that is a try for Auburn.
I think that try was made by number 13, Tommy Kratt.
Great job by Tommy there to push through some LSU defenders and just fell right over the try line despite the tackle.
Now let's see if we can get that conversion kick. Looks like an LSU player is down on the field. I'm not sure if he's injured.
I think they're getting the trainer now.
Okay.
He's down. They might stop time for this. We'll see what happens.
Clock's still running. 28:04 left in the first half. Both teams tied at 5 with Auburn with an opportunity to have a conversion try here.
Number 12 with the kick, George Cleary.
no stoppage of time yet.
I guess they're going to keep the clock running.
I'll try to get the goalpost in here.
Number 12 kicks it, and it is not good. It looks like Auburn and LSU are going to be going into the rest of the game. 27-14 left of this current half. 5-all.
All tied up. We'll see what happens here.
Correct, we will.
It's a good game so far.
You know, they say football is a game of inches. What I've seen from rugby, and Ian, you can tell me if I'm wrong with this, it's kind of become a game of centimeters. It's even shorter than an inch. Of
course.
And we saw it there with the Auburn score, with just going up centimeter by centimeter until they were eventually able to get over the try line.
Any gain that you can get is good.
And it looks like LSU will be kicking it off to be received by Auburn. He
Short
brings
kick.
it down. He gets back up and continues to charge forward.
They try to bring him down. Maul is formed, I believe.
And the referee is going to call an end to that.
And a scrum is going to be created here.
.26 minutes left in this matchup. Auburn and Rugby currently in a Tiger battle, tied 5-5. Both teams interlocked in a scrum. Referee's whistle, and away we go.
Appears that there was possibly early movement on that, but I'm not too sure. What do you think, Ian?
That's most likely the problem, is early contact before the set call was made. They're going to try it again.
Call for the bind. And it looks like the movement has started.
Now once the ball is put in, then you can start moving. But before the ball is in, you have to keep that contact.
LSU is brought down here to be received by number 9 once more. Passes it back. Charges forward and is brought down once again. 9-10, 10-2. Looks like there's going to be.
Line.
It looks
and a
like
tackle made.
That was a great stop by Auburn there.
Last line of defense there, getting a great stop. That was the fullback. Could not see a number.
And a penalty to LSU. They're going to probably tap and go because they're so close to the try line right now.
Tap and go, run straight ahead into the Auburn wall. Will he get it?
Tackle is made.
Looks like he's going to be an inch short. LSU another
Try
opportunity
again.
to push. Can they get it? Players are up. They're still around the try line. There's your next chance.
And there's the try.
Try is awarded. I don't know who made that try there. Hard to see their numbers with their yellow and purple.
That was something I was incredibly worried about before heading out here to the Sportsplex. With the polos and how the numbers are set up, I was extremely worried we weren't going to be able to see numbers.
Yeah.
Does appear that that is a difficulty so far, and it doesn't help that the sun is currently obstructing some of my vision.
Yeah. It is quite bright today. It was a good day.
It's a perfectly clear day.
Mm-hmm.
You can't complain about that.
A little windy.
Trying to see where this kick is taking place.
Looks like it's going to be on the right side over here.
Far side from us. 22 minutes left to be played in this matchup.
There's the kick. And it might be.
It's good.
It is good. And that is going to bump up LSU to 12 points. Auburn 5. Now let's see if Auburn can come back and make LSU pay for that.
I found conversion kicks really interesting when I was doing my research for this game, just because of how many different angles they can be taken. They have to be taken in line of where the try occurred, so you can really take one that is right to left. You're never really going to take one that's really head on, because it's harder to score there.
That's right.
Auburn's going to be kicking and to be received out of bounds. And it looks like Auburn's going to have to be conducting a line-out, if I'm correct.
I believe so. Usually off of the kickoff, if the kick does not go 10 meters or if it goes out of bounds, the receiving team, which is LSU, can either have a line-out or a scrum. And it looks like they've decided to do a scrum.
Scrum right here on the 50. Both teams looking for some momentum after the LSU score. 21 minutes left to go in this first half. We are halfway through. They'll rule that one dead. No action yet. Right on the AU logo. So I sit here and continue to fiddle with the camera. If you see anything, folks, or want us to change any of the settings, feel free to leave it in the live stream. Keep in mind, I do not know what I'm doing, so I may not be able to do it. There's the throw in. Here's the push.
Ball is out.
And the ball is out, taken by LSU.
Breakaway.
Big time run here. He's got nobody in front of him. Need a last second tackle.
There we go.
And he is brought down.
High tackle.
Right at midfield.
Advantage to LSU right now.
Looks like number 12 will be getting it in.
And another
try. Bumps the score up to 17.
There are some LSU fans that appear to have made the trip from Baton Rouge.
Looks like LSU will be taking another conversion here. Setting up by number 25.
There's not an option for who gets to take these, right? It's whoever scores the try.
Usually you do have the option. So if someone is better at kicking on the team, they'll take the kick usually.
Got you.
Now, I'm not sure how it works in collegiate rugby. Are they allowed to choose either a drop kick or kick from a tee for these conversions?
I believe they can drop kick. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure what the rules, but in most 15 matches, people usually kick from the tee. They usually get some more power through that.
I see.
So
kick is up.
And
wide
it is
left.
not good. 5:17 with 19 minutes, 11 seconds to play for this current half.
Auburn needs some momentum in a big way.
Number 13 for Auburn. Tommy Kratt will be possibly kicking this off for our own.
Looks like he is. Hopefully he keeps it in bounds this time.
And looks like it is going to be in bounds. Received by LSU as they charge up the field to be brought down.
Big run.
Or correction, now he's finally brought down. Another tackle there.
Amazing tackle made by, I believe, Miles Williams.
Oh,
big hit there.
That was a truck.
LSU still fighting for every centimeter they can get. Auburn doing a good job of continuously putting bodies on the ground.
And it looks like that Auburn's finally getting that momentum back as they just are brutalizing LSU within their own area.
Tell you what, Auburn is trying to make it very physical right now. All these tackles being made.
And LSU doing everything they can to give it to them continuously.
And it looks like there's going to be a kick to go out. Oh, never mind. It looks like it will be received by number 15 for Auburn, Cole Terrell, as he is brought down.
Going slinkered with the defense in the ruck.
Great work by Auburn to get this ball out. Very physical play.
Number 13 passes it, and he's going to be brought down again. Looks like there is going to be advantage as they fight over the ball.
Penalty is made. Penalty to Auburn.
Do you think that they're going to be kicking it this time, or?
I believe they will be. Tommy's getting the ball here, number 13. He's going to kick it for touch.
17-12 left to be played in this first half. There's the kick. That one's going to go out of bounds.
It's going out.
Bounds.
Now we're going to do a line out here at the 50.
You know, when I set this camera up, I was quite certain we were never going to be in the field of play, but after watching these kicks go over a lot of these spectators' heads, I'm starting to get a little bit worried that we may lose a $10,000 camera here.
Hopefully not.
Number 2 for Auburn, Jason Alford on the line out. It looks like it's going to be stolen by LSU as they charge up the midfield, passed off, and missed the tackle on that one. He's just going to keep charging forward.
He goes down. See what happens here. Good tackle.
These tackles, I'm noticing, they have a lot more form than American football do.
They do. We try to keep tackling safe here.
Oh.
Because you don't have pads here, you're a lot more prone to injuries. So we try to teach tackling as much as possible, especially since you have some smaller guys in the back line. They have to take down big guys, so they have to get pretty low.
Well, that would be terrifying. Could you imagine those American college football players? Ooh, and there's going to be a little truck there.
Great job by Auburn to force a ball out. Let's see if
Kicked
we can
forward.
get it back.
Scrum to Auburn, knocked on by LSU.
Great job by Auburn there to cause some discombobulation in the hands and force that one to get away. Auburn with an opportunity here to stop the bleeding against LSU and try to get this ball back. Ball looks to be about just a couple feet away from the trial line. Wind is starting to pick up here as well. If you can hear it in the background, I apologize.
The scrum is getting started here. And there's the set. Pass back to Auburn. Looks like the referee, or the sir, I suppose, is going to be calling a early movement.
I believe so. Early movement on LSU.
We currently have 14:44 to play in this current half, and then we're going to halftime, and then another 40 minutes of this. Now, funny enough, when my uncle attended West Point, he played on the Army rugby team back in the 80s.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Only connection I really have to rugby on my side of the family. Most of it's been either football or wrestling. Looks like that ball is going to be coming out to be received by LSU by number 10 as he charges up field and is brought down by Auburn's defense here. Pass back to number 3 as he charges and is taken down once more. Passed back. Yet another tackle. There's a missed tackle there by Auburn. Brought down. And it looks like Auburn is pushing them back.
Let's see what happens here.
Oh, they're
very close.
And it looks like there's another try for LSU, bumping up the score from 17 to 22.
Auburn needs something in a big way to come back from this. Unfamiliar with Auburn Rugby, 3-time SCRC champions, once in 1999, once in 2021, once in 2022, and 2-time USA Rugby Division II national champs, once in 2021 and once in 2022. Now, of course, Auburn Rugby making the jump from Division II to Division I.
There's the kick. And it is going to be short.
No good.
Now, I am noticing one thing with the line judges. There's one in an LSU polo and one in an Auburn polo. Does that have, is that sort of a rule thing where you have one from one team, one from the other?
What did you say?
There is a line judge in a Auburn polo, and then the one on the other side, it looks to be in a purple LSU polo. Is that kind of where you have one from one team for each line?
I believe so, yeah. In more professional and like a more like World Rugby professional sense, they'll usually have other sirs be the line judges. But in regular rugby like we have here in collegiate rugby, you'll have one from each team be the line judge.
Looks like with that kick going out of bounds, they're going to be conducting a scrum right at midfield.
This was how LSU got their run started to get all of their points that have come in the last 10 minutes or so. LSU currently leading 22-5 with 11 minutes and 14 seconds left to be played as we have a scrum right here at midfield.
Ball's going to be coming out on LSU's side. There's a kick. Let's see if Auburn can get to it, and they recover it. Now, what's the call that's currently being said by the sir?
So, what's happened here is looks like they're doing a scrum here. I believe there was an early knock on after the scrum, or after the scrum at the midfield. I believe it's LSU's scrum. If number 15 Cole Terrell touched it down in the try zone there, and there was no knock on before that, then it would result in either a 5-meter scrum or a goal line kick.
And it's going to be received by LSU, passed back to number 9, and as he charges in, another try. Bumping up the score to 27.
LSU picking that ball up quick and getting it to their outside as quick as they can. That's usually the play when you pick up a scrum that close to midfield and that close to the try line, just trying to get it out into space as quick as you can.
That's correct.
Indeed, and it looks like that Auburn and, well, LSU is just showing pure aggression, just driving and driving and driving.
They've got some good momentum right now. Auburn's got to break that momentum, though. We'll see what happens in the second half, but looks like the conversion is good.
And that's going to bump up the score to 29, Auburn 5.
When something like this, when you're down this early into a ball game, of course, 8 minutes or almost 9 minutes left in this game, is there anything you could do to try to really steal momentum back?
Honestly, once you just have to motivate your players. It's all about the mentality of it. You have to play. You can't commit mistakes or penalties or anything. You have to, and you also, like, after every play, if you make a mistake, we have a mentality called the goldfish mentality, where you try and forget that and move on. You don't let that mistake hinder you. You just try to learn from it.
Taken by Auburn as they charge up the field.
That's a high tackle.
High tackle penalty against LSU.
Think of it kind of like
a yellow card.
Oh.
So that's not good.
Two yellow cards and then a red card, if I'm correct.
I believe so. So this is gonna put one of LSU's players in the sin bin here for about 10 minutes. So LSU is going to be down a player for the next 10 minutes. This will give Auburn an opportunity to play some attack well and potentially take the advantage of this.
And we just talked about trying to get something to get the momentum back for Auburn, try to claw back into this 24-point lead. Having another player down can definitely do that. And unlike hockey and unlike lacrosse that we also call, these sin bin penalties take 10 minutes. It's not like hockey, it's not like lacrosse where it only takes 2 minutes and you're only down a player for a little bit. But Auburn with an opportunity here to get a lot of points in 10 minutes.
And looks like Auburn's going to be taking it from the line out past the number 1 as he charges upfield.
Danny Lawson takes it, goes down. Penalty to Auburn. I believe that was either offsides or diving in the ruck.
I'm pretty sure it was diving. It looked like that LSU player went head first.
Yeah. In the ruck, if you try to steal the ball as a defenseman, you have to stay on your feet. You have to control your weight.
And that's going to go out of bounds.
Just in front of the try line. Great opportunity here for Auburn to grab this one very, very close and muscle their way through. Six minutes left in this first half. Auburn trails by 24.
Number 2, Jason Alford with the throw.
And looks like Auburn's going to be receiving the line out here and is brought down again.
With a scrum or advantage to Auburn. I don't know what the advantage is.
Whoa.
Legs up in the air there.
Literally went head over heels there.
There's clearly a penalty in the line out. I can't tell what the sir is calling, but Auburn's going to take this opportunity to tap and go.
Auburn inching closer to the try line. More and more rucks. Great push there from LSU. 5 minutes, 18 left in this first half. More pushing, referee will rule it dead.
And a penalty awarded to LSU.
Now, what was that penalty for?
I do not know. I didn't see his hand signals.
4 minutes 55.
And a bad kick by
and
LSU.
received by number 7 as he charges upfield and is brought down. Passed back to number 3 as he charges upfield and keeps on running.
Keeps on going.
He's moving.
Number 3, Brady Campbell, I believe.
And he is just not stopping.
He's right in front of the try line.
Once you gain this momentum in rugby, if you get past that defensive line, there's little stopping you unless a very good tackle was made. Looks like Auburn
again, near it. There's the pitch.
Ball is out. Ruck is formed. And another penalty to Auburn. They're going to tap and go.
Quick drop. There it is. And that's going to be around the bend, and that's a score for Auburn.
And that is a try for Auburn.
I believe that was number 8, Austin Costco.
He just kept on moving, Costco. That's going to bump the score up to 10. There's still plenty of time, and they got to remember, there's still another half of this game, another 40 minutes for them to keep on fighting.
And with the earlier penalty occurring around, I want to say the 9-minute mark, Auburn with still about 3 to 4 minutes left on this sin bin penalty. Correct?
Correct.
I believe so.
If my math is correct, which is often not.
Now Austin laid that try down in front of the goalpost, so now we're going to get a pretty good chance at getting this conversion. We'll see what happens here with number 12, George Cleary.
Gets ready for the kick. Here it comes.
And it's
good. Bumping up the score. LSU 29, Auburn 12. 17 points, which I think that they can score pretty quickly if they keep up this momentum that they just reignited.
Of course. They've got a new fire under them. They're not They're not.
They're not laying down quite easily.
Nope.
Especially with the sin bin penalty that came earlier. Auburn, another great opportunity to continue to build their momentum in their favor and at least steal some points from LSU here.
High tackles are not good in rugby as a sport. We try to keep the tackling safe. There was a new rule this season where you can't tackle someone above the shoulders, or above the armpits. But now they made a new rule where they.
Here's the kick, and as Auburn charges up the field, he's just going to keep on moving. And it looks like it's taking a majority of the LSU defense there to try and take the guy down.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can't tackle above the sternum now.
Well, I think that's a very safe rule. I mean, we've seen what happens in football.
Yep.
There's the pass. Taken by number 14 as he keeps on moving up the field.
That looked like a high tackle right there, but
I don't think the ref was going to call it anyway.
I don't think so.
That was a good form tackle there by number one of LSU. Looks like number 10 is going to keep on charging.
A knock on by number 1, Danny Lawson. Scrum to LSU now.
And it looks like we have 1:07 left to play of this half. Anything can happen in a minute. And let's see if Auburn can get the ball back following this scrum.
And we were describing the tackle. Another thing that I read online is you can't really gator roll either. Once you're brought down on the ground,
correct,
there's no more contact that can be made.
Yeah, so in the ruck, what a gator roll is when a defenseman tries to come over you if you're sealing off that ruck and grabs your trunk, the trunk of you, and rolls and brings their weight down.
LSU is going to take the ball there, only to be tackled.
Auburn's got to get spread on this defense here. Get matched up.
Passed back, passed again.
And
Auburn recovers the ball.
Someone lost a cleat.
I'm pretty sure it was that kid from LSU.
He's running so fast his shoes came off.
And it looks like that is going to... Time is up, but it might be going out of bounds.
And the ball is dead.
And that looks like that will end this half.
We'll see what happens here. The serve might have different time, but it might be halftime now.
It is indeed. Of course, we did
Looks
talk
like
about at the early start of the broadcast how the scoreboard was not displaying a time, but it looks like, yes, indeed, that is going to be it for halftime. We're going to take a quick break here. When we get back, we'll have second half action right here on WEGL 91.1 FM. Hello and welcome back into the Auburn Sportsplex. We have half number 2 action right here on WEGL 91.1 FM. I'll try to fix the scorebook for you right now here live. Jack, can you tell us about the first half?
Now, in the first half, we noticed that Auburn was really kind of lacking in its momentum. Yes, they took advantage of some of the slip-ups that LSU had. However, LSU was just continuing to be aggressive along the board and ramped up the score to 29-12. However, during that last part of the half, Auburn really managed to get some sort of momentum going forward and managed to score once again, turning it from a 19-point game to a 19-point game to a 17-point game, which, in the grand scheme of things, we got 40 more minutes left as Auburn kicks off to LSU to be fielded by LSU, and there's going to be another kick, and that is going to drive it out of bounds.
Looks like this is going to be a line out for Auburn here.
And now I'm not sure why he decided to kick it. Why not just try and get it up the field?
So main object of kicking it out is so that Auburn doesn't have a chance to get the ball again and take it in and get a try. So
looks like that's going to be stolen by LSU. Brought down there just before the midfield point. Passes off to another LSU man who's brought down so
ruck
far.
Is formed.
Another ruck.
Ball's out quick.
Another kick. Can we see if Auburn can take that ball?
Ooh, and it bounces back.
And ball's loose again. He's brought down.
Ball is recovered by LSU.
And it looks like
there.
there's going to be a penalty.
Penalty to Auburn. LSU is being offsides.
Now Auburn's going to take it as they run up the field.
That's a high tackle there.
Another high tackle. Why did the ref not call it?
But ball goes out of bounds.
This is a very
what happens here.
This is a very fast sport. I do not envy the job of the referee.
Agreed. I can barely read the hand signals. Looks like LSU is going to be conducting this line out. Number 3, Sam Arevos. Looks like LSU is going to take it. Auburn's going to tackle him and bring him down. Ruck is formed.
Ball's out
as
quick
number 10 passes it back.
Makes a good run
Number
there.
3 charges up field. It was brought down. Ruck is formed. Passed back to number 2. Ball's dropped. And Auburn recovers it right at midfield.
Auburn has advantage here.
Another tackle in midfield. Number 3 brought down. Ruck is formed. Number 9, 2. And there's going to be a kick. Number 14 is going to receive it. Number 10 after number 20.
Another kick.
Another kick. This is turning into a soccer match. Auburn's going to take the ball back and just keep charging up field. And it looks like LSU's changed their offensive method where they're just trying to kick it back closer to Auburn's line and let Auburn receive. Auburn's going to take it again. He gets brought down. Another ruck is formed. Passed again. Passed again. Another pass. And then he's going to try and get up the sideline. Brought down. Number 23 brought down. Ruck is formed.
That's a clutch tackle there by LSU. He gets just an inch more of open room, and we're looking at potentially getting the ball in Auburn's half of the field.
Referee's going to call it down and dead.
Penalty to Auburn here. Let's see what he calls here.
Looks like there might be a kick, maybe.
Number 13, Tommy, he's going to kick it out for touch so he can get an opportunity for a line out here. And it looks like it's staying in.
Number 14 is going to take the ball, passes it back to number 25. He charges upfield, passes it again.
Trying to find some space.
And that's a beautiful tackle
and he
there.
Does.
However, Auburn recovers the ball as he charges up the pitch. Brought down again close to the outside line. Auburn again, another pass.
Here goes Danny Lawson with the carry there, offloading it to Tommy. Number 13, Tommy Kratz. And he offloads it to Austin Costco and to Kevin Corso. And Isaac Summerfield here.
Now, he was pulling the jersey. I feel like that should have been a penalty, personally.
Yeah, you can. Jersey is fair game there.
Jersey is fair game. Looks like I'm going to have to get into rugby.
Yeah.
And there's the kick by LSU. I'm not sure if it's going to go out of bounds, but Auburn's going to try and recover it.
Oh.
And it goes out of bounds. Looks like Auburn will have to be doing a line out, and LSU will possibly take the ball again. We got 35 minutes left to play in this half. LSU still leading 29, Auburn 12.
Looks like
Number 3, Sammy Arievos, will be conducting this line out.
Let's see if Auburn can get this line out back and play some good defense.
And you could actually start seeing some of the wear and tear. Both LSU and Auburn, they are starting to look really tired after running around. LSU is going to take that ball from the line out past number 10. He just keeps charging forward and is finally brought down by Auburn's defense here. Auburn's forming their wall, and they're just going to start fighting over the ball here. Well, ruck is formed. Pass back to number 10 there. He's brought down, and it looks like there's going to be a try. That's going to bump the score up to 34.
That's a little bit different than the way LSU was scoring in the first half. In the first half, LSU was a little bit more centimeter focused, being a lot more physical there. LSU just gets on a side and kind of runs it in, uses more lateral than forward.
They do. There was a dummy pass there, so our defense thought they were going to pass it out wide, but then the guy held on to the ball and ended up scoring that try. So it's unfortunate, but Auburn's got to come back and fight harder.
And it looks like LSU's taking their time. Here's the kick.
Kick is good.
And the conversion is good, bumping up the score to 36. Auburn 12. We still got plenty of time. We got 32:55 on the clock as LSU leads 36, Auburn 12.
And I will say this is a very fast-moving sport. We've been here for around 60 minutes of this game now, and it has felt like 5 minutes.
I know, it's very it goes by very fast. A lot of action in a little bit of time. It's not like football at all with you have all these pauses in between and all these timeouts and stuff.
Well, most of those are for commercial breaks.
True. This is true.
Looks like Auburn's going to be kicking off to be received by LSU and there's going to be another kick. Can Auburn
is it going to stay in or
it's going to stay in as Auburn takes it and they start charging up the field.
And a big hit by
That was
Tommy
a
Kraft.
truck.
Number 13.
Number 13 is going to be, and looks like they are fighting over the ball again. Referee is going to be calling penalty.
Another penalty for diving in the ruck. Penalty going to Auburn. We're going to get a chance to either kick or tap.
Now at this point I would recommend going tap because you already have that advantage of having received the ball. Looks like Auburn's going to elect a kick, and it is going to go out of bounds. Looks like LSU will be conducting this line out.
The advantage of a kick is that you gain 3 meters basically off of the line and you get a chance for a line out. With a tap and go, you're not going to get as many meters, but you get to hold on to the ball.
That is true, but I feel like in a game where most of your advantage comes from holding the ball and gaining ground, no matter how big or little, you still have the ball.
This is true.
Looks like Auburn's going to take the line out and charges forward. Referee's going to call it.
But since either team can really get the ball realistically off of a line out, if you can get from one half the field into the other, into your attacking half of the field.
LSU is going to kick here, and it will be going out of bounds. Auburn's going to have to be conducting this line out with the possibility of LSU getting it.
Into the bushes.
Though, is there an advantage if one team is conducting the line out? I noticed that depending on who is throwing the line out, the other team is already set while the other team has to rush to get set.
This is true. The person who's throwing in the line out.
LSU gets the ball back, but recovered by Auburn.
Yeah, the thrower for throwing in
Ruck
the ball
is
for the
formed.
line out.
Passed again as they charge up field. Number 3 actually.
Brady
Forgive me.
Campbell. Ruck is formed. Advantage to Auburn. The sir is signaling. Let's see what Auburn can do. Fended off a tackle there.
Looks like there's going to be.
It's going to be a penalty. We'll see what the sir says.
Penalty 4.
I don't know.
Either way, it's a huge gain for Auburn. They go up from the half-field line up just even more into their attacking half of the field.
Auburn's going to kick
it out.
And it will be going
Line out.
out of bounds for a line out.
Now, there were some subs made, I believe. Number 2, Jason Alford, is our hooker. Was subbed for our other hooker, Will Davis, number 16.
We got 28:58 to play. Auburn's going to get the ball as they charge up field to number 12. Passed off to number 13.
Tommy to number
23 as he charges up field and just keeps on moving. He's down close to the try line. To number 9 as he passes it off. Taken. They keep on charging up field. Can they?
Taken by Bailey Moeller.
Bailey Moeller, he just keeps on trucking through.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's tackling him, especially against LSU's defensive wall here.
Bailey is new to the game. He just
Really?
joined the team about a month ago.
Well, he is playing quite well today.
Rugby
Number
is a
10.
game that you can pick up pretty quick.
Come on, Auburn. Let's see if they can recover this
And it
ball.
is not. It is touchdown by LSU.
No, excuse me. That's a try.
Is that a
That's a try for Auburn.
Hold on. No, it's not a try. They're going to do a goal line kick here.
Oh, let us have some fun.
I know, right?
Well, either way,
That's a strategy. If the ball goes in the try zone and is touchdown by the defense, the ball is dead, and they have an opportunity to kick it back and get it out of the try zone there.
well, let's see if Auburn can capitalize on this. It looks like LSU is looking very discombobulated, which is a word I would not be using in any other case. Received by Auburn as they charge up the field to try and get that try.
There goes Tommy.
13 is down. Taken to number
Offload.
9 as he keeps on trucking through.
Number 9, Zach Martindale. Ruck is formed here. That's a good ruck there.
Beautiful ruck. It's passed
Very
off to
clean.
number 1 as he keeps on charging through LSU's tackle there.
Number 1,
Another
Danny
ruck gets
Lawson.
formed. And it looks like Auburn's 23. A little bit of fighting at the back of the tackle there. Another ruck is soon formed. Here's the pass. Auburn's going to take it. Get downed again. No yardage there. I think there was a loss of ground.
Penalty to Auburn here.
Penalty to Auburn as they just keep on
Tap on
moving
go.
forward.
Now off the penalty, the defense has to move 10 meters back or else they're considered offsides.
Number 23 on the tackle. But Auburn keeps it. Another ruck gets formed. To number 1. To number 10.
Oh, is it backwards? Advantage to...
Auburn by the looks of it.
Yes, I believe so. I believe one of their players were offsides when that previous penalty was called. That one LSU player was not 10 meters back. And
Which
so
gives us that advantage here. We've got 25:55 to play with Auburn 12, LSU 36. And it looks like they're going to be kicking to get a line out done. And that goes out of bounds. Looks like LSU is going to be conducting this line out.
It'll be Auburn's ball here
Mm.
for the line out because it's a penalty. So
I gotcha.
if you kick it out on your own penalty, you get the ball back. So it looks like Will Davis with the throw for the line out, number 16. And
Auburn will be taking the ball. They charge on 4, getting ever closer to the try line. Ruck is formed, but there's a little bit of diving there, not called by the referee. It looks like just a maul is being formed right now as people keep on fighting over the ball.
They're just picking the ball and go. LSU is showing some good defense right now. They're not going to give up.
Forming that wall in front of the try line, Auburn going to have to do anything and everything to get those last couple centimeters.
Mm-hmm. And they are just fighting for every single centimeter here. I never thought I'd be having to use the metric system in this game, but then again, it is a British sport. Auburn's going to kick. Let's see if Auburn can get inside the try line. It is taken back by LSU's number 14, but the referee is going to call something.
Penalty is going to come back here.
Penalty
to Auburn. Penalty to Auburn. Let's see what happens here.
Another break for the Tigers. They had one earlier that resulted in the try-in.
It looks like Auburn's going to be, centimetering ever closer to the try line.
Ball goes out of bounds.
Ball goes out of bounds, and will that be a line out?
That will be a line out.
Another
to
line out.
LSU.
Auburn has had good luck in lineouts throughout this game. Let's see if they can just roll with Lady Luck one more time to get this line out.
Oh, actually, no, it doesn't look like they're doing Are they doing a line out?
It appears that...
This is the issue with
looks like they're doing a scrum here.
It appears that a scrum is being formed with LSU to... Nope. Line out.
Correction.
Line out.
Line out. It looked like the forwards were all getting together to do a scrum there, but...
I thought that would have been a scrum. LSU is going to take the ball, passes it back as they try and charge up field. He's going to be brought down, attempted to anyway, as the ruck slowly gets formed once more.
This will be big if Auburn can win this one.
There's the kick, and it is going to go out of bounds.
It's going to be an Auburn line out right there, and I'm sure of that.
Correct. We've got 23 minutes, 3 seconds to play with LSU 36, Auburn 12, and it just looks like Auburn's just trying to come back at this point. And I got to hand it to them. They are showing some fire. It's just a few little slip-ups here and there. Same with LSU. That's allowing Auburn to capitalize on the mistakes that LSU makes. Auburn's going to take that line out
and form a maul here.
Looks like the maul.
Let's see what happens here.
Oop, player goes down. Ball gets out. Formed. Passes it back. Another pass to number 12. Another pass.
Ball goes backwards. Taken by Tommy. Tommy Krat. Number 13.
Ruck is formed. To 10. Ball goes back. Recovered by Auburn.
Auburn's losing some ground here. Not the way that we want to go. We want to go towards the try.
That is true.
Potentially look for a kick here if you're Auburn. Try to gain back some of that momentum with a...
And it looks like the kick is going to be whiffed a little bit as LSU takes the ball back and starts charging once more. But
looks like there was a forward pass.
Auburn yet again regaining possession after a referee's whistle.
And a scrum to Auburn.
And I got to hand it to the rugby team. They have brought a great crowd here today to the Auburn Sportsplex.
Indeed.
There's a lot of people here. Feels like somebody needs to build some stands or build a stadium or something like that.
Of course, we'd love it.
I do feel, though, like the idea of sitting on the grass and just watching the game go, I feel like that's kind of a bit more... There's something about it that makes it more fun than being in a stadium or in the bleachers.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Except when it's
Looks
raining.
like a scrum is going to be formed here.
You are correct on the except when it's raining.
It's a beautiful day today and not a cloud in the sky.
And again, with all these sports like rugby, like lacrosse, I think club baseball is also playing today. Free to get in here to the Auburn Sportsplex. Come out and support some of these great Auburn teams.
And speaking of club sports, I know that the wrestling team will be starting some of their matchups later in November, possibly December, and rolling into spring as that team starts getting ready for yet another season. Scrum is formed. There's the set. Auburn's going to get it.
Auburn's fighting hard. Penalty to Auburn.
What was the penalty for this time?
I can't see his hand. I believe their other scrum half was offsides.
When a scrum does occur, there is a neutral zone that goes right down the middle of the ball wherever it goes laid. And you can't cross that zone until what happens exactly?
Well, there's a kick right there, and it is going to go out of bounds.
I believe once the ball comes backwards, I'm a forward, and so I'm usually the one. I was a hooker, or I am a hooker, and I was the one in the middle of the scrum. I wasn't a scrum half, but I believe the ball, as it goes back, is the offsides line. And so if that scrum half comes behind that and tries to crowd the other scrum half, who's trying to get
line
the ball
out. Auburn's going to get that line out as they keep pushing forward, and a maul is formed over it.
Big maul here for Auburn. If they can win this, they'll have it in great territory.
Looks like Auburn takes it. Passes it back to number 13. To number
Tommy
13.
with the breakaway.
Tommy keeps on pushing.
He goes.
To number 12. Kenny, will he? And he gets it. He scores a try for Auburn, bumping up the score to 17. Now that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful momentum by Auburn.
Amazing ball movement right there, and breakaway by number 13, Tommy Kratt. Try by number 12, George Cleary.
And that's perfect right there, just staying lateral from the second they got that ball, staying perpendicular with each other, exactly how Coach drew it up there.
A big thing in rugby is having support and being there to get that ball.
Well, it looks like Coach is coming out to set up the tee, and it looks like number 12 is bleeding from his elbow a little bit on the right side. Now, rugby is a very, very contact-heavy sport, which is something that I personally love. Looks like number 12 here is getting ready for the kick to get the conversion.
Knows I'm too weak to play this sport.
And the wind is probably going to take that.
And
not enough power.
Good. But with 17 minutes, 52 left of the game, Auburn finally coming back. 17 Auburn, LSU 36. We'll keep it rolling from here as LSU prepares to kick off.
Auburn's got some momentum now. They get the ball again. We'll see what happens here if they can score another and catch up to LSU.
And I may be just a lowly business major, but to go back to that kick, since there is winds in the sky today, I feel like that has a bigger it's a bigger predicament here in rugby if you try to kick because of the wings, because of how bigger the ball is.
For sure, the surface area is slightly bigger than a rugby ball. In comparison with a football, I like to call a rugby ball a fat football because it's rounder on the edges, it's not as pointy, and it's a little bigger.
Here's the kick by LSU, and it's going to be received.
That's a bullet of a kick there. And it's going to go out of bounds.
Go out of bounds to start a line out.
And I thought for a second it went out of bounds in the try area. I may be wrong about that.
The wind's picking up here at the field. I think you can hear it through the microphone.
I believe one of Auburn's players knocked the ball on, and so
looks like a scrum is being formed.
Opportunity here for
here's the
LSU.
bind.
Got some LSU fans in front of us.
There's the set as it starts moving. LSU's going to get it.
That's going to be an 8-man pick.
And he's going to be brought down.
On the weak side. They're going to try to put it in by physical force there with all their forwards. See if Auburn can.
Now, was that a try?
Yes, that is a try. I believe so.
Unfortunately, looks like LSU is going to up the score again to 41.
That's just great physical play from LSU. When you're gifted a ball that close to the try line, you almost have to get that one in.
You have to. It's. I mean, as you were saying earlier, it's a game of centimeters.
Yeah, and it appears that just through sheer physicality alone, LSU just keeps on making Auburn pay for every single try that they've scored. As LSU prepares to do a conversion here.
Wind's picking up here, so we'll see what happens.
And especially since he's kicking from the right side of the pitch here, and the wind's coming in from at least our left side here from the press box. That might affect how powerful the kick is going to be, but we will just have to wait and see.
It's going to be
Here's the kick, and it is going to be good, bumping the score up to 43. Auburn 17.
That is a really interesting type of form there on the kick.
I know. I've never seen that before.
If you could see it in the camera, just kept his feet moving the entire time and ran up and kicked it the second he could.
Mm-hmm.
Quite interesting. Not like American football where you stop for a second.
Well, Auburn's going to kick off here, and it's going to be received by LSU as they kick again. Number 13 for Auburn trying to get after the ball as it keeps on rolling, but LSU looks like they are going to be. Auburn recovers it as they just start trying to push forward, but he is going to be brought down. Looks like a ruck is formed. Pass back again to Auburn as they kick it and try to regain some fieldage, but that is going to be out of bounds, unfortunately, leading to a line out.
While we have a second, do want to thank the great people over at Eagle Eye TV for providing us with this camera. They do a lot of great work over at Eagle Eye TV. We also share a common place with them. We are right next to them over at WEGL 91.1 FM. So check out their YouTube channel for their great content that they do, including Sports Night at Auburn.
Indeed. Thank you again to Eagle Eye for the camera. We would not have been able to do this broadcast without them.
Indeed, this $30,000 camera.
Hopefully it doesn't get hit by a ball named Gilbert.
I have no idea how much this camera costs. I'm kidding.
Well, it's expensive. Looks like LSU is going to recover it. Well, actually, Auburn's going to recover it as a ruck is formed.
See what Auburn can do here.
Auburn passes it back as they start trying to charge up the field.
Their forwards are. We're moving in an offload.
Passes it back.
Lose some ground there.
Now it looks like Auburn is just going to be continuing to try and push forward here and just take it inch by inch. There's a kick.
Another kick there. Covered by LSU.
LSU passes it back as they start going up the field.
Trying
it looks like there might be a breakaway here. Yep, there's a breakaway almost as they attempt to be brought down.
Offloaded and another try.
There's another try. LSU 48. With 11 minutes 45 to play, LSU is now currently leading 48, Auburn 17. And it just looks like that LSU is capitalizing on the kind of a, I don't want to say a spiral, but it definitely looks like Auburn is making a few mistakes here and there that's allowing LSU to capitalize on it. LSU is being aggressive and pushing towards the pitch, but Auburn continues to try and fight against LSU's momentum.
And with that scoring opportunity there for the LSU Tigers, really what started that off was a great throw. Got the kick and was able to make a great throw across his body, and then, of course, a great handoff just before the try line that led to 5 points being added for the Bayou Tigers.
Here's the kick.
And it's good.
And it's good, bumping the score up to 50. With 10:45 to play of this half, Auburn trailing behind LSU 50-17. Auburn's getting ready to kick off here. Now, the one thing I do like about rugby, even if the ball goes down, there's always going to be motion, if that makes sense. It's not like football where the moment that the ball goes down, there's the kick received by LSU as they start moving forward. There's going to be another kick, but to be stopped by Auburn as number 13 attempts to go and grab it. He gets it. He's just going to start moving upfield. Another kick to be fielded by LSU's number 24.
Referee's whistle will blow this one dead. Looks to be a penalty on your Auburn Tigers.
And that is true, and I'm not sure what
scrum is going to result, I believe.
If LSU is the Bayou Tigers, what kind of Tigers are Auburn?
Plain.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
There we go.
Answered that question quicker than I could finish.
Exactly. Well, technically you could say both plain and plain because Auburn has one of the biggest professional flight schools in the nation.
Do indeed. You know how to fly?
No.
I wish.
I took one flight lesson when I was a kid. I know how to fly. I can't land.
I'm more accustomed to climbing up ladders. That's about as high as I'll get. All right, looks like the scrum begins, and LSU's going to get the ball from this scrum. But Auburn's going to recover it. The ruck will be formed here.
An advantage to Auburn so far.
Here's Auburn trying to move up the pitch with 8:53 left of the half. Another ruck will be formed on the down, but it looks like an LSU player's down on the field. Here's the kick, and that is going to go out of bounds.
A line out to LSU here.
Though again, it looks like a player is down on the pitch there. Trainer's coming out.
Messing with his knee out there. I hope he's okay.
Yep, indeed.
He's getting up now.
All right, well, he's good. He's good.
Alrighty.
Thankfully, I do not want to see a torn ACL or a compound fracture out here on the pitch today.
If that happened during our first broadcast, I think we would need to. Need to come. That'd just be bad voodoo. There's no way.
Yeah, those sorts of you mostly see like ankle sprains and.
I've
see a lot of broken bones out here.
I've had an ankle sprain before. I'd rather just break my arm because at least then I could still walk.
Yeah.
Talked about how clean you have to have tackles here. I'm more surprised you don't see more
Here's the line out. Auburn's going to not get the line out. LSU's going to receive it. Passes it back as they begin charging upfield. It's going to be brought down as a ruck is formed for LSU.
As I was saying, I'm more surprised you don't see more clavicles.
LSU is going to be pushing up the field. There's a breakaway, and it looks like that is going to be a try. Bumping up the score to 55 for LSU. We got 7 minutes 19 to play. LSU leading 55-17.
And I feel bad for him because I lost that a lot on the camera.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be a good highlight.
Fast.
Yeah, he's moving too quick for the camera to pick up, and that's perfectly fine.
It's like they're setting up the kick here.
We'll do a quick check of the Elwood scoreboard. Auburn tied with Missouri at 3 with 3 minutes and 57 minutes or seconds left to go in the second quarter. If it ain't got that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Quick question about the score for the Auburn-Mizzou game. It's tied currently?
Yes, tied 3-3.
Wow.
Yep.
That's unexpected.
Defensive matchup up there in Columbia, Missouri. Also, we are not in any way sponsored by Elwood. I just like saying it.
But we are also not sponsored by the Auburn football team, so Hugh Freeze, please do not sue us.
I can't sue us for doing a score update.
Yeah, that's true, but you never know.
If we're going to get sued, we get sued by Jimmy Rain, and there's no chance we would overcome that.
Well, Auburn's going to start with a kickoff here to LSU, and that's going to be
not going to go 10 there.
And it's going to go out of bounds with 6 minutes left to play of this half and of this game. Unfortunately, LSU leading 55, Auburn 17. And it looks like a scrum will be formed here at midfield. Now they're getting ready. Here comes the bind.
Crouch.
The crouch, bind, and then finally the set as they continue to fight over the ball. As it comes back out on the LSU side, passes it back to number 10 as he starts trying to bring it upfield. And it just looks like LSU is going to keep on moving for yet another try.
Wow.
Up the score to 62-17. I realized that they hadn't managed to get that conversion. I apologize for the viewers at home about that. But we were just so entranced by the current goings-on of the game that I forgot to update it.
We've done a lot worse over the 4 years doing these YouTube streams. I would not worry about it too much, Jack.
Yeah, that's fair.
Considering we almost didn't have a camera until like 5 minutes before the game started.
Yeah, that's true.
Was also bad.
Though we managed to get it quickly resolved, and looks like the conversion will be good, bumping the score up to 64 with 4 minutes 25 left to play. The current score is LSU 64, Auburn 17.
Just like most things, that fix. Oh, sorry, folks. That fix was just one click of a button, like things usually are.
Auburn going to be kicking off here to start off the next phase. There's the kick. It's going to be fielded by LSU's
and a knock on by number 10.
Will that be Auburn's ball, LSU's ball?
That will be Auburn's ball. That will be an Auburn scrum right there. This will give us a chance to score and lessen the damage.
Well, in terms of conditioning, it looks like both teams are very well in terms of their endurance.
Yes. Athleticism is a key component for rugby.
Here's the
Some
crouch.
people have to play the whole 80 minutes.
The bind. And then the set as Auburn rolls it underneath, and they are passing it back towards the Auburn side. As they start trying to run upfield, there's a pass back there to number 22 as he starts charging. He's going to keep on moving.
It's number 23, I believe, Danny Helton, and he just keeps moving.
He is like a train, unstoppable.
Here he comes. Auburn's gained some momentum here.
To number 3 as he begins moving upfield, trying to prevent being tackled. Passes it off. Can he? Will he? And that's another try for Auburn.
Number 10, Kevin Corso making the try there.
Beautiful job by Corso there, just continuing to move. It looks like we might have a player down on the field for Auburn. Never mind. Number 3 gets
Brady
up.
Campbell
gets on up, and he keeps on trucking through. I got to hand it to Auburn. They just continue to try their best to make LSU pay for every centimeter. And that's just, what's the word I'm looking for? Ferocity. And I really enjoy watching that. With 2 minutes 15 to play of this game, we're going to see if number 12 here for Auburn can make the try, or the conversion kick.
It's number 12, George Cleary.
George Cleary on the kick. Here it comes. Here's the kick. And it's good.
There we go. Just
bumping up the score to 24-64 with 1 minute 47 to play.
And the win there almost stopping it in its tracks. But a great couple passes that led to that try for the Auburn Tigers. And when you do passes in rugby, it's the same idea of football about trying to put a spiral on it. You do it a little bit differently. You do it from the bottom instead of from the middle. But a great job by Auburn there to get some great passes to the outer part of the field that led to the try. Under 90 seconds to be played in this matchup, maybe just a little bit.
Now, quick question, Ian.
Yes.
So, as Auburn receives the ball, is LSU, if they manage to get the ball back, just going to try to run out the clock? or do you think that they're going to try for another try?
They're probably going to try for another try. That's all you can do here. You can't just try and run out the clock.
Gotcha. So there always has to be constant motion.
Basically,
as LSU gets the interception and scores another try.
In the middle of the post there.
Bumping the score up to, if I'm correct, 69.
Correct.
Nice. With 33 seconds left of the game. They're going to pass it back to LSU with 20 seconds left of the game.
This might be the last play of the game here. We'll see what happens, though.
And there's the kick. And it is going to be good, bumping the score up to 71.
And that is the
and that will be the game. Unfortunately, LSU 71, Auburn 24 for this rugby match. Will you guys be having any games coming up soon?
We actually have a game after this. There goes the table.
Well, hey, it gave us what we needed. I know the B-side, if I'm correct, plays immediately after this.
Correct.
We have to get this camera and this equipment back to the studio. It was a pleasure, though, to call this game
We've got it.
with you.
Yeah, I know, right?
And thank you so much, Ian. You've been a great help explaining the rules of the game to us. We're really hoping to be back here in the future to call future games for you.
We'd love to have you out.
Of course. As always, this is Jack Mosier for 91.1 WEGL Sports. Thank you, Noah, for working the camera.
And, folks, keep in touch with us. We will have more broadcasts like this here on WEGL 91.1 FM's YouTube channel, as well as the radio calls that we do have on our radio station. If you want to listen to them, of course, listen on your radio or listen at WEGL or www.weglefm.com. Thank you so much for anything. Jack, close us out.
Alrighty. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Feel free to visit by any time for sports or any other genre on 91.1 WEGL. This is Jack Mosier signing off.